G'day OWFsquad, welcome back to another Thursday trip report. I'm at Singapore Changi Terminal 3 and today I'm flying Singapore Airlines A350 business class from Singapore to Adelaide. Check-in is behind me downstairs, and now without further ado, let's go downstairs and check in. Singapore is now fully reopened to all vaccinated travellers, so the airport is once again hustling and bustling. What we see now is the business class check-in for Singapore Airlines. It's really busy, as you can see. I didn't really want to join the queue, so I started walking around and see if there's any shorter queue. Thankfully I found one. The premium economy class lane is much shorter. So today I'm flying to Australia. There are only two things that you need to prepare in terms of COVID entry requirements. One is your DPD, your Australian Digital Passenger Declaration that you need to do online before your flight. And the second thing you need is your vaccination certificate. You won't need to do a pre-departure test, and your arrival test depends on your arrival state. For South Australia, you'll need to do a self-rapid antigen test on arrival. So check-in was a breeze. I said goodbye to my friend, and now I'm in the airside. I'm very hungry and a bit tired, so I'm going to head straight to the SilverKris Lounge. So the Singapore Airlines lounges are located upstairs. Once you pass through security in Terminal 3, it's on your left. Star Alliance business class customers and currently Star Alliance Gold members have access to this lounge. The lounge is super extremely, oh my god, busy today. In the coming hours, there are plenty of Singapore flights to Australia and within Asia. A lot of people here, including myself who just got in, have trouble finding a table. So let's get some alcohol first, that's our priority. The champagne they've got here in the lounge is Pete Pure Hide Seek. Very nice, I'm gonna have some right now as I continue finding myself a table. There are several fridges here where you can grab some grab-and-go items including fruits and salad. That's good if you have a short connecting flight or you're in a hurry, or simply because you don't want to stay in this busy lounge. For hot food options, you can line up here for some amazing options. It's breakfast time at the moment. Other than the mushroom soup, everything else is Asian food. The two most popular options I see are the laksa and dim sum, and they're exactly what I got. If you don't want to line up, you can order through this QR code. You'll receive a notification on your phone when it's ready. I didn't see it happening today, but some subscribers have told me that they've seen people sitting on the floor simply because they couldn't find a seat. That poor guy right there is waiting for someone to stand up. So here's my legendary laksa and dim sum. The wait time for the food is short. It took them about 2 to 3 minutes. So for dim sum, you've got 2 siu mai, a prawn hagao, and a barbecue pork bun. They're all very delicious. You can dip them in the sweet chili sauce if you wish. So here's the laksa, full of ingredients. You've got tofu, prawns, and quail eggs. To finish off the meal, I got myself a cup of tea. As busy as the lounge is, most people didn't stay too long because I guess it's not too relaxing. I was able to later find a more comfortable chair. I later used the shower room and I'm going to show you. And surprisingly, wait time was just 5 minutes. Hello, welcome to Singapore Airlines SilverKris Lounge. This is the shower room. Probably my favourite part of the lounge because it's quiet, it's peaceful, and it's actually nice. I like all those marble walls and floor, the Japanese bidet toilet. It's got a seat warmer as well. And then coat hook. You can drop your hand luggage there, pretty handy, next to the toilet seat. And then amenity wise, you've got hand cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, all that thing that you could think of. And you've got a pretty cool mirror with LED light. And the only thing I guess that's missing is a charging outlet. Moving into the shower space. Oopsie, don't drop. You got shampoo or that, no conditioner and not branded. You got shower head 1 and 2 on the ceiling. So the morning rush today is mostly gone. After my shower, the lounge became much quieter with lots of seats left available. Singapore Airlines A380 is once again flying to Mumbai, JFK, Frankfurt and Sydney. I believe quite a few are still grounded, so you don't see them on London and Hong Kong routes. Our gate today is A15, Alpha 15. A little bit far from the lounge. It's towards the end of Terminal 3. I just missed the SkyTrain, so I'm just going to walk on the travelator.
following boarding time service, you may proceed forward.
Thank you. Hello. So I just got into the holding area and priority boarding has commenced, so I could head straight to our aircraft. It looks like our flight today is very full.
Business class, EPS. Thank you. Illegal, Salvo.
Our aircraft today is a 3-year-old Singapore Airlines Airbus A350-900 9 Victor Sierra Hotel Bravo. The configuration on board is regional, so there's no premium economy.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Hi, welcome aboard.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Wong. Across and touch, right?
Thank you. Welcome on board Singapore Airlines A350 regional aircraft. Despite the name regional, business class is in a very nice 1-2-1 configuration. You'll find a very similar configuration on Qantas and Emirates A380. So on the window side, you'll have some seats closer to the aisle and some closer to the window. Here's my seat today, 17K, and the wing view is perfect, I can see the engine. That's a new Singapore Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. I hope I can fly on that soon. This lovely cabin crew is coming around the cabin to introduce herself and to say hi to the passengers. She later came back to take me orders.
Everything is good?
I like a day flight. So I'll go through the seat features after takeoff, but I'll show you what you'll find on your seat now. So every seat comes with a pillow and a blanket. In business class, you'll have to fasten your sash belt for takeoff and landing. Next to your seat, you can find your storage compartment, where the crew have placed a bottle of water, a noise-cancelling headphone, and a travel kit. Inside the kit, you'll find a face mask, a surface wipe, and a bottle of hand sanitizer. The window between my seat and 18K is not for use. You can't open it. Our beautiful hook has a tape on it. The airport is really busy at the moment. Our aircraft is still boarding at the moment. Once we leave the gate, the rush would have gone. So the cabin crew has just confirmed my meal order that I made online, which is a lobster thermidor. She also took my drink order. I asked her what's special in business class and she recommended me mimosa and Singapore Sling. I always get Singapore Sling in economy, so I opted for the mimosa. Noticeably, there was no welcome drink when you get on the plane.
So that your seat belt is securely fastened during taxi, takeoff, and landing. To fasten, check cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will automatically drop in front of you. Pull the mask down sharply. Place it over your mouth and nose. Pull the lateral straps to tighten it and breathe as usual. Secure your mask first before helping others.
Please note that wearing a mask on board is compulsory. To safeguard your well-being, please refer to Singapore Airlines TV category on your screen. Thank you for your understanding. You wish you a pleasant flight.
Cabin crew takeoff stations.
Please fasten your seatbelt and lock your window shade.
So after takeoff, I noticed more parts of our seat that wasn't clean. So other than the hook earlier with the tape, the carpet isn't very clean. It just needs a bit more vacuuming. You can see liquid stain on this leather surface. You can see hair oil covering the glass panel for the reading light. This is probably the grossest of all. I'm just going to give my seat a good wipe. Now let's begin and talk about the seat features. So right there is your beautiful, magnificent coat hook. Your TV's touchscreen and very large. Tray table down there. Simply pull the latch and then pull the table outwards. I really like the wooden material for the table, it's aesthetic. Disappointingly, the tray table wasn't very clean either. One good wipe could just take away all those crumbs. Underneath your TV, you'll find an ottoman. There's no leg rest for this business class product. Usually for a flat bed, the leg rest becomes a part of your bed. So for this design, your ottoman is longer than usual. Underneath the ottoman, you can store your shoes or bags. A seat pocket here. There's no in-flight magazine available at the moment. The storage compartment that I showed earlier has 2 USB ports and a universal power socket. You can close the door, but you must leave it open when you're charging. That's a headphone hook, not a coat hook. You've got a cocktail table. Here's a screen for your seat control. And next to it is a headphone jack. When you lie down completely, you don't really want to reach out for your TV, so you can use this remote instead. You also have access to your selection of movies and TV shows via this remote. And then on the other side, you have 3 reading lights, all aiming at different angles. So depending how you're sitting and your position, you can choose the appropriate light. I really like this function. The top of your seat or the bed is a headrest and you can adjust it. Shortly after takeoff, the cabin crew came around the cabin to give out drink orders. And later came the satay for everybody. So here's the satays and peanut paste. Also on the table, a glass of sparkling water and mimosa. I love peanut paste, so I'm drowning my satays in the paste. For drinks, I like how Singapore Airlines crew would place a drink coaster underneath your glass rather than just a napkin. I do love the Singapore sling in economy, but I think I prefer mimosa. While we wait for other food to come through, I'll show you your movie selection. Your selection here is really extensive. You won't get bored on a long flight. About an hour later, the cabin crew came back to place a tablecloth on your table and to give out your starter, which wasn't just the satay. I love the big, white and clean cloth. You can't choose your starter today, everyone gets the same cooked salmon salad. The presentation honestly is a bit average, but at least it tastes alright. Here's the set of clean cutlery, and instead of hot towel service you now get just a wipe. The crew later came with a basket of bread and I went for a garlic bread. The good thing about this seat design is that you get direct aisle access for everybody, even during the meal service when you have your tray table out. You just have to hold your table up a bit. My lobster thermidor has arrived. The official name of this dish is lobster thermidor with fondant potato and buttered seasonal vegetables. Sounds fancy, hey? You can order this dish if you're flying in Singapore Airlines business and first class on selected flights. You must pre-order this dish online before you're flying. See the link in the description for more information. So lobster thermidor is a French dish, so they cook the meat with wine sauce, and with this particular thermidor they stuffed it with mushroom as well, and then they put everything back into the shell. It's absolutely delicious. You have to try it if you get the chance to fly with Singapore Airlines in business or first.
Sticky date pudding.
Sticky date, please. Yes, sounds good. Thank you. Be careful.
Thank you. You can have a set of cheese as well. Please take everything. Why not?
Thank you so much. So now it's dessert time. You have a sticky date pudding or a cheese platter, or you can have both. Can someone please tell me what's that block of cheese with the black surrounding is? Is the black part edible? I guess due to the change in temperature when the crew take it out from the fridge, there's some water on my plate. Sticky date pudding looks very good. If I could have a scoop of ice cream, it would be amazing. This one is excellent. Overall, it was an excellent meal on Singapore Airlines. For me, everything except for the salad was a highlight. The crew just offered me a second glass of mimosa. I'm now watching the movie June. Not May, June, July, but D-U-N-E, June. We now have about 2 hours before a second meal, so let's lie down and take a rest. I stole a pillow from a spare seat next to me, so I now got 2 for myself. So again, even though it's a regional seat, it's really quite competitive out there. Emirates, Qantas and Thai Airways have got some similar seats on long haul flights. If you ever see a picture of this product online, you might think that the seat looks narrow, but after trying it out myself, I guess it's just an illusion. Because see, this shell and the seat itself are both built higher compared to other airlines with a similar configuration, so not only is it not narrow, you actually get more privacy out of it. Hello there, welcome on board Singapore Airlines A350 business class lavatory. I'm in the one between the mini and the main business class cabin, and there are 3 in business class, which is great. So you've got hand soap there, other amenities like towels, facial mist, perfume and hand lotion. You've got more amenities like toothbrush there. Razor and all that. Cool. Some orchard flower, very beautiful. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, a comment down below if you wish, subscribe and click the bell buttons if you haven't done so. I upload a new trip report like this one every Thursday, 12 PM Hong Kong or Singapore time, or 1:30 in Adelaide, so you definitely don't want to miss out, and again, it's every Thursday. And on every Monday, I do a hotel video. For the past 2 hours, the cabin crew would walk down the aisle every 10 to 15 minutes to check on us. And now the cabin crew just gave me 2 packs of nuts. For prior landing meal, it's a hot meal, but there's no dessert or starter. Everything comes on a tray, and I got a nasi lemak. The second option is a beef dish. I forgot exactly what that was. Honestly, it's an average nasi lemak. I had better ones on Malaysia economy class and food courts in Australia. Even the CEO of AirAsia didn't like it. He enjoyed the flight though. To finish off my meal, I asked for a cup of tea. And little did I know there was a note in my mug, and I thought it was a love letter. It was just a note from a cabin crew to another cabin crew to notify them what I ordered. Luckily, paper is compostable, so I should be fine. It's time to freshen up before landing. I also put on a jumper because it's cold in Australia. And now we've got about an hour before landing into Adelaide, so I'm going to recline my seat again and relax.
It's 6 evening. If you indicate shortly after that at 6:30. Today it was 1.5 hours ahead of Singapore. Look at them, just coming up to 45 minutes past 5. Latest weather reported, flash skies, surface temperature 18 degrees Celsius. As we mentioned on here, we are Singapore Airlines. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Cabin crew, please prepare for arrival.
We'll soon be landing into Adelaide Airport, so let's quickly conclude this trip report with Singapore Airlines right here, right now. Our journey today started at Changi Terminal 3, Check-in for business class is quite busy, but if you don't mind checking in the premium economy lane, it's much shorter there. And the whole process was quite efficient. The staff knew exactly what's needed for Australia. Immigration was a breeze. The lounge was busier than the MRT during peak hours. It was quite unacceptable, and hopefully Singapore Airlines will soon reopen the first class and the Kris Flyer Lounge, or simply have a second SilverKris Lounge. I believe there used to be one in Terminal 2, but it's currently closed. So other than the crowd, the lounge itself was actually quite pretty. Very good food selection and premium tea selection. The shower room was really nice as well, loved the marble wall, but I think having some branded shower products would be better. If Qantas and even British Airways can have branded stuff, I'm sure Singapore Airlines can. Moving on to the boarding gate, it seemed a bit chaotic, but thankfully I got priority boarding so I could skip the queue and board the plane right away. Once I stepped onto the aircraft, the crew gave me a warm welcome, and then another crew approached me right away to help me stow my bag in the overhead locker bin. I sat down, it was quite comfortable, but disappointingly, there were a few marks and dirty spots. I guess due to COVID, there was no welcome drink and hot towel service. And before takeoff, the cabin crew introduced herself to us and took meal and drinks order. There are some small details that I really like throughout the flight, including the drink coaster instead of napkins for drinks, the amenities in the lavatory, the double starter before the lobster thermidor, so the salad and the sautés, and how there was no tray for the first meal service, so it felt like a restaurant fine dining experience. The lobster thermidor and the dessert, which was the sticky toffee pudding, were both amazing. I highly recommend if you fly Singapore Airlines premium cabins, you do the book to cook and try the lobster thermidor at least once in your life. I really enjoyed the service from our cabin crew today, particularly the one who introduced herself. I really appreciate how she would let us know how many minutes to wait for our food to arrive. For example, when I ordered my nasi lemak, she said 15 minutes. The nasi lemak again was quite average. So today overall it was a very pleasant flight with Singapore Airlines, great service, and most of the food were amazing. A few flaws including the crowded lounge, the seat was a bit dirty, and the note in my tea. So today I used Virgin Australia Velocity points for this flight. If you were to pay with money, flying from Singapore to Adelaide non-stop with Singapore Airlines in business class, you would be looking to pay around $3,576 return. So thank you so much for watching my first ever Singapore Airlines premium cabin trip report. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this one. You can keep up to date with me on my social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat and Facebook. If you would like to directly help me to fund my flight, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal Me. Patreon is a monthly or annual payment, PayPal Me is a one-off payment. So now please enjoy the approach and landing into my second home, Adelaide, Australia. And then after that, I'll show the arrival process into South Australia and also Australia, and then the vlog of Singapore. See ya.
Cabin crew, landing stations.
compartments. And remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
License, John, thank you.
Cabin crew, doors to the south.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Like with me then.
Did you even measure 3? Negative?
Uh-huh.
Last time, did it go positive by this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Oh. Welcome to part 2 of my Singapore vlog. I'm in the Hilton Garden Inn in Little India. I'm having my buffet breakfast and then I headed to the gym and then moved on to the swimming pool. A hotel review of this property will follow soon. So plan for today, catching up with my friend Other Joel for dinner, and now I'm gonna go just walk around the neighborhood here in Little India, and then later I'll catch the train to the Joel. This is so cool. So I think Singaporean residents, they can get rapid test kits for free. You don't have to buy them. I just went to an electronic shops and 2 iPhone cables for $8. That's so good. Like an original real one from Apple's like 14 that they were selling there. Such a bargain, because I lost mine on golf actually, so I need one. For lunch I went to McDonald's for some chicken wings and a sundae. I'm now heading for Changi Airport, the Jewel. For afternoon tea, I went for some Hong Kong food, a polo bun and an iced lemon tea. I then caught up with my friend for dinner.
This train service ends at the next station. Change at the next station.
I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm gonna sleep now, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and your cabin baggage stowed until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.